Howdy guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday, today is Monday. Yeah, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to create those cute Starbucks inspired Disney circles. And we're using Cricut Access today. So a lot of these will be in the cartridges that you have to get. So we're not using Access, we're using cartridges from Cricut today. So I'm gonna show you guys how we do those, and then eventually I'm gonna actually cut them out for you and put them on tumblers. But right now, I'm just gonna show you how to do those. So let's get going. Show you how to create something like this. I've been on Pinterest a lot and I've seen that you guys make this kind of stuff like all the time. Sorry if you hear jingling, Hunter's running around. But I'm on Pinterest and I'm finding all of these cute ones, and I just wanted to show you guys how you can actually make things like this in Design Space yourself, as well as use Access photos for this. So we're just going to go ahead and start a new project in Design Space. We're using the new Design Space 3, so we're just going to make a circle. And we don't have to really make it exactly the size that we want it, because we're just going to design it first and then we can resize everything all at the same time. So we want to start with one circle, and then inside the circle there's one more circle here and one more circle here. So we're just going to make another circle. We could even duplicate this. So I'm just going to Command C, Command V, and I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller and put that right in the center of that. And I think it might be just a little bit closer to the edge. So then I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to Command C, Command V that. If you're on a PC, I think it's Control C, Control V. So then I want this to be just a little bit smaller. And if you want to visualize this, you can go in and make this big circle green. And then make this circle white. Nope. This circle white, and then make this circle green, and then that will help you see, visualize where your lines are. And then we're gonna make this big gap right here where the words are gonna go. Command C, Command V, make another one, and this one is gonna be small enough to make that big gap so we have words. So we're just gonna put that here, and we'll make that white. Okay, so now you've got this. You can adjust them, however you can use some of these guides to help you get it perfect. Then we're going to make another circle, but we're going to turn that circle black. So we're going to Command C, Command V, turn this circle black by clicking the circle. If you need to know how to use Design Space a little bit better, make sure to watch some of my beginner tutorials. These design tutorials that I'm going to start doing are going to be for my people that know how to use Design Space a little bit better. And we can go into depth on things. So now we have that, and we're going to add a character. So you can just kind of look around and see, like they have Jasmine's Royalty, Cinderella's Pumpkin Spice, Sea Witch Coffee, Merida's Cake Shop. Like, these are really cute. So stuff like this, Drink Me Coffee. So let's just look at what they actually have in Access and what I have. So I'm gonna go into Images, and I'm going to search cartridges, and then I'm gonna look up Disney cartridges because Access has Disney cartridges. So you could use like any of these really. These ones I own, so let's go with these. These are just fonts, so we could actually use the, let's use the Tangled font. That way we can actually, I think that these are fonts, or they might just be cute tangled things. So like we could do Best Day Ever Coffee. I believe under the fonts they have the Disney font, but let's go back to the cartridges and go back to Disney, because those are the new fonts that they have. But say we wanted to do Alice, I believe I own some of these. Let's see. Okay, so I own this one. So let's do Rapunzel. You know we love Rapunzel. Let's see, what do we think would look good in the middle? Even Tiana would be cute. She would look cute in there like that. But I don't want to do Rapunzel. This one would be kind of cute. Okay, let's insert this one. And let's put her here. And what we want to do is turn her all white. So it looks like she's cut out of this. So all her pieces are like this. You can see that they are all separated. So we could do this one you can't see, which we probably want to leave that off. That's just her background. We might want to, let's just turn her all white. And we can even go in and color sync. So we can just move these up to white. That makes it a little bit faster. To turn her all white. You could do other color of vinyl all at once, but since it's the Starbucks logo, we kind of want it to be all white. She kind of looks weird though. I'm looking at her eyes right here. Something looks weird about that. So maybe if we look at the layers and maybe get rid of that. That's what it was. Because there was a backing on there, so it was kind of creating this weird look. So we could do that, and then we could also make this a little bit bigger so that it overlaps. And then we could also put her little suns. So let's go back to images. And let's look back in this and do her little sun thingy. What is that called? It's a flower, not a sun. But I'm gonna put that in there, right here. So I'm gonna use that for, and right now that is set to right. We wanna make that into cut. We want this to all be cut. We want it to be white. Let's see, so something about this one is set. I'm not sure why it's set like that. It looks like it's just gonna cut one. I think this is set to just cut one line out, and that's not what I want. I kind of want the outside to cut out, although we could cut these out of white vinyl. So we'll just plan to cut that out of white vinyl. So basically we would need 3 colors of vinyl. We would need black vinyl, green vinyl, and then white vinyl to finish this project. So I'm going to Command C, Command V. And then if you guys watched my how to curve text, that is what we are going to do right now. So let's do tangled and fine. Let's make this white. And let's change this. Now they actually have the Disney fonts, and you could use Tangled fonts. So let's see if I have it in here right now. So I do. I'm actually going to use the Tangled font for this, and look how cute that is. So we're going to isolate this, ungroup our letters, and I'm going to arrange them all around this circle. So that it goes around like Starbucks does. And you could do this like in gold vinyl, so then it looks yellow, and that would be cute. And you could even do these guys in yellow. So let's color sync these. Let's color sync the little stars down to yellow, so we know we can cut these out of gold. And we're gonna figure out this and get this exactly how we like it. Let's call it Tangled Tea. That's kind of fun. Even though this is the Starbucks knockoff logo look. And so we could do it so that it's going out, or we could make it smaller so that it actually fits inside, which I think I'll like it better if it fits inside. And it'll look more like the Tangled font if we make it closer. You could also put like pastel over here instead of the little suns. You could put pastel in the center if you wanted to. this font is kind of funny, so we'll just make it kind of fit in there cute. And then I can see that I like this, but I want it more to the right, so I'm just gonna shift hold all of them so I can move them all kind of here, and then I can position them exactly how I want them. And then I kind of like that. We're just gonna go with it. And let's do T. So, make it just a little bit smaller. I'm going to ungroup these. I'm going to turn this one, make this a little bigger, a little bit smaller. So you can see that if you zoom out, so that's just basically how you would do any of those. I could turn her all white if I wanted to, so I could go to the layers and I could take this whole layer and I could attach it so that it's all one piece, and I could color sync her to yellow if I wanted to use gold for her, and that would all be green and gold. I could even turn this to white if I didn't want to use an extra black color. So let's turn this to white. And I think that's kind of fun, except I don't like, I might want to go in here and unattach her, and let's detach her so I can go in and take out things that I don't like, because I think it'll be cuter if I like have her sleeves cut out. So I think these, let's see, what are these? Her sleeves are right here. So if I had those cut out, then it would take them all away. Actually, I want them to be actually gone, like, so that white goes through there. But it looks like that's not gonna be good. I'm actually gonna replace her. I'm gonna take her out and I'm going to do something more simple, I think. So let's look up something about Tangled that I like a little bit better. That's not so busy, like maybe just her head. Let's look up Tangled. So there's lots of these cute ones. We could do Pastel in the middle. We could just do her face. I kind of like Pastel, but let's see. We could do something cute like this. You could do this. This would be cute. So let's just play around with some of these. So we could do, I like Pastel. I think I like Pastel. But you guys can decide. You could put this in there. That would be really cute. That actually is really cute. You could figure out the coloring that you want. But Pastel, let's turn him, let's just take away his background. Let's make this black again. Okay. So let's make this black and see what Pastel looks like if we, let's just color sync him so he's all one color. Because otherwise that would be a lot of vinyl. I want his eyeballs to come down. I want him to fit in here. He'd be even cute to do out of the same green, or we could do him white. So let's look at our layers and let's turn Pastel. Let's attach him. And let's make him white or yellow. He's attached, so what do we do white? Yeah, that's cute. And then we can make him a little bit bigger. And then what we'll want to do is we will want to attach all of our circles. So we'll want to attach our letters. So we'll click these and attach those. Zoom out a little bit. Attach those so they cut out of one. We'll want to reattach all of our letters here. Let me move this whole guide down. Ah, we lost the end. I want all of you. Come down here. Okay, so we want all of Tangled to be selected. We want to attach that. We can place these guys later, so we have him attached. Now we want to move them off. So we'll delete these guys since we're not using them. And we don't need those right this second. We're going to select these minus the black one, and we're going to attach those. Nope, undo that. We want to move this black guy over and attach these. And that will cut that all out. Except, nope, we want to attach the white ones. So we're going to hold shift and click this white one and this white one. And we're going to attach those. So those two are attached, and then we're going to attach these green ones and attach those. So now when we go to go, we say make it. It's going to take us to our boards, and we're going to have our three. See, we want our white ones to be on top of each other. So let's go back. No, I keep clicking make it. It's too slow. So I want this to be detach this. I want this to be in the center. And I want these to be attached. But you know what? Now I need to look at them again. Make sure that they're in the right spot. So now I just want the two whites, and I need those to be attached to each other. So when we go make it, we've got this one that's going to be cut out of white. This is going to be cut out of white. This is going to be cut out of black. These are going to be all cut out of gold iron-on, or gold, I keep saying iron-on, glitter vinyl, and then green. So this is a pretty colorful project, so I'm not going to use my cutting more than colors on one mat. Plus we're using a different type right here, so I would just load 4 different mats with 4 different colors, and I will go ahead and do a tutorial on that a little bit later, or I'll sneak peek you guys this project when it's all done. So I hope that helped you guys, and let me know what you guys design, and if you guys like design tutorials, let me know, and I will make more for you guys, because they're really fun for me to come up with different ideas for you guys. And this design will also be available to my patrons. Love you guys. Goodbye.